You wake up feeling extremely exhausted. Your body feels heavy and tired. Your eyes struggle to open in the dim light of your room. Brain fog clouds your mind as you try to sit up straight. You slowly drag your feet across the cold floor toward the kitchen. The shiny espresso machine sits silently on the dark kitchen counter waiting. You grab a mug with trembling hands, desperate for a quick rescue. Dark liquid pours steadily, releasing a strong, rich aroma into the air. Alternatively, you open a cold can of sweet, sparkling energy drink. Within 15 minutes, a sudden wave of fake vitality rushes through you. Your heart beats faster and your eyes open wide with false energy. You feel completely ready to conquer the heavy workload of the day. You believe this dark beverage has injected real physical power into you. However, neuroscience reveals a harsh truth about this familiar daily morning routine. Coffee does not actually contain any real physical energy or metabolic calories. It provides absolutely no actual strength or nutritional power to your cells. What you are experiencing is merely a complex, deceptive biological illusion. You are not stronger, you are just borrowing vital energy from tomorrow. This biological loan comes with a very high, painful interest rate later. Let us examine the intricate scientific mechanisms inside your complex neural pathways. From the moment you wake up, your active brain consumes essential energy. This continuous cellular energy consumption constantly produces a unique byproduct called adenosine. Think of adenosine as tiny, heavy grains of sand measuring physical tiredness. As hours pass, these heavy grains of sand accumulate inside your brain. Your brain contains specialized receptors that act like tiny, secure locks. When adenosine fits perfectly into these locks, your nervous system slows down. It sends a clear signal that you are tired and must rest. This natural mechanism protects your body from extreme exhaustion and physical collapse. Now, let us look at how the active chemical caffeine enters here. The molecular shape of caffeine is nearly identical to natural adenosine molecules. It enters your bloodstream, acting like an incredibly deceptive, perfect cellular imposter. Caffeine quickly targets the brain receptors and plugs itself directly into them. However, this chemical imposter does not trigger the usual signal of sleepiness. It simply blocks the receptor locks, preventing adenosine from binding with them. Your brain is now completely blinded to the rising level of fatigue. You feel alert because you cannot sense your actual physical exhaustion anymore. The sensation of stamina is fake, but the underlying fatigue remains real. Meanwhile, your cells continue to produce adenosine at an alarming rate anyway. These fatigue molecules accumulate massively right outside the blocked neural receptors. They form an invisible, powerful reservoir of extreme tiredness waiting to strike. After several hours, your liver begins to process and break down caffeine. The blocking molecules gradually detach and leave the neural receptors wide open. Suddenly, the massive flood of accumulated adenosine rushes into the vacant locks. This sudden chemical inundation triggers what we call the classic caffeine crash. You feel instantly depleted, incredibly sluggish, and deeply unfocused at your desk. The exhaustion is now twice as intense as it was before drinking. Desperate for quick relief, you reach for another warm cup of coffee. You have officially entered a vicious cycle of constant dependency and exhaustion. Now let us examine the even more dangerous nature of energy drinks. While coffee is deceptive, energy drinks are literal ticking biological time bombs. Brands advertise natural herbs like ginseng, taurine, and helpful B-group vitamins. But these healthy ingredients are just a clever marketing cover-up for consumers. The real punch comes from massive amounts of synthetic caffeine and sugar. A single standard can contain the equivalent of 12 spoonfuls of sugar. Your pancreas must work overtime to release insulin and balance blood sugar. This combination gives you a massive, immediate double spike of artificial energy. But shortly after, your blood sugar levels crash downward extremely rapidly. Combined with the delayed adenosine flood, you experience a total system collapse. You feel highly irritable, your heartbeat becomes erratic, and you feel drained. Your vital adrenal glands are severely overworked and exhausted from the stress. Fortunately, you do not need to abandon caffeine entirely to stay healthy. You simply need to understand how to use it strategically as tools. The absolute key lies in the precise timing of your first intake. Most people drink a cup immediately after waking up every single morning. This early morning consumption is actually a very critical biological mistake. Upon waking, your body naturally produces high levels of the hormone cortisol. Cortisol naturally alerts your system and helps clear out leftover sleep chemicals. Adding caffeine now disrupts this natural balance and ruins your hormone cycle. It accelerates the inevitable afternoon crash and makes you depend on stimulants. Leading neuroscientists strongly recommend practicing the effective 90-minute rule instead. Wake up, drink plain water, and step into bright morning sunlight first. Allow your body to naturally activate its internal mechanisms without artificial help. Wait at least 90 minutes before enjoying your very first caffeinated beverage. By then, your natural cortisol levels have safely and gradually declined. Your neural receptors are clean and fully ready for the caffeine molecules. You will experience clean focus that lasts significantly longer throughout the day. This method protects your body from experiencing a sudden, painful midday crash. Remember, artificial stimulants must never be used to replace healthy, deep sleep. Every energy loan you take from your body must eventually be paid. Understanding this mechanism helps you regain true control over your daily focus. By waiting 90 minutes in the morning, you clear the receptors naturally. Your body processes the residual adenosine before caffeine locks the gates again. This simple adjustment changes your relationship with daily caffeine consumption forever. Use coffee as a smart tool, not as a desperate emergency crutch. True energy comes from respect for your body's natural biological rhythms.